Hi there, this is Rob, and this is the 2-minute overnight overview for Wednesday. Let's take a look at yesterday's odds sheet. This one was about as boring as you can get. As you can see, there's no color in the averages columns, meaning none of the futures or ETFs had strong enough odds to flag them as potential longs or shorts. Looking at ES, price action was strong, and at a level that would often lead to a long side position, but internals were oddly weak, and seasonality numbers were poor as well. This resulted in very close to break-even odds, with just a very slight bullish tilt. Numbers for SPY were almost the same. Of course, the study I showed in yesterday's 2-minute overview suggested downside risk, and then another was flagged in the Edge Finder that also noted a potentially bearish pattern. So as was discussed in the trading room, we were faced with slightly bullish odds, slightly bearish studies, and elevated risk for both since the German court decision was expected to determine the actual overnight outcome. This all made standing aside an easy choice. Let's see how it all played out. Looking at the overnight action, you can clearly see that the German court decision, which was released around 4 a.m., acted as a huge catalyst. It was followed by a large pop in prices, and though they retraced some, ES gapped up 6.75 points, or nearly 0.5%. Perhaps the first ever overnight edge ever published was in my book, The Quantifiable Edges Guide to Fed Days. In it, I discussed the strong tendency that SPY had exhibited since late 2002 to gap up on Fed days. For anyone that has the book, I'm referring to the table on page 36. I thought I would update those stats today. So what this test looks at is a simple buying SPY at the close on the day before a Fed day and selling at the open of the Fed day. As you can see, 72%, which is a very high number, have gapped up. When I published the book in June of 2010, the reading was 70.5%. So overall, it seems to have stayed in line with that. Let's take a look at the profit curve. Here's when the book got published. It's been a bit of a wild ride since then, with both some big losers and some big winners. But as of now, the upside edge appears to remain intact. Of course, before making any trading decisions, I also want to refer to this afternoon's odds sheets and the Edge Finder.